Good morning, Vietnam. It is Sunday, July 13th. We are live right here at our normal time, 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central. But it is a Sunday, because our schedules are a little bit different this summer. We got things going on. I was out of town. I was out of town. Maggie was doing her normal thing. She was actually on SP3's Drew Hill Heat doing predictions and stuff like that. Having a good old time over there. But we are back, and we should be back next Friday at 3 if my memory serves me right.
Next Friday at 3 is correct, but like the week after that is back to Thursday.
Yeah, I knew.
Because I'm going to be attending a lot of concerts in my hometown.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching a lot of childhood bands, and
nice.
I couldn't say no. Yeah.
But guys, we are back. We're going to talk AEW All-In. We're going to talk WWE Saturday Night Main Event. We are not going to talk about Great American Crash.
Yeah, it was Crash.
Yeah, we're not going to talk much about that, if any at all. We got the Cooper effect, and we're going to give you a preview and predictions for WWE's Evolution pay-per-view, or PLE.
We're going to give it exactly as much time as they did building towards it.
Yeah, so about 15 seconds worth.
Yeah.
So we got a lot going on, and we are glad you're here on this special Sunday occasion. There is another show going on right now on the Fightful YouTube channel, which is a Great American Bash.
Yeah, the sour grapes for the Great American Bash.
Yeah, so as much as I love Kate and Alex, if you want to go watch them, I understand, but you were watching a review of a Crash, in my opinion. I feel horrible. This is not a shot at the NXT talent. This is not a shot at them at all.
Whatsoever. They did their best.
Yeah, this is WWE just trying to throw shit at a wall, and it didn't stick. That's the point of
they need fiber.
Yeah. But guys, we are here, and we are going to talk some wrestling. But as I start every show, Maggie, how the fuck are you? There you go.
Now you're the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing really good. I was waiting for us to be on a live together just so I can share you the good news. I ordered a new couch.
Nice.
Yes, I did. So my what?
I was just gonna say, you know what the difference is between my couch and me is my couch pulls out.
Okay. I was gonna think that you were gonna make a casting couch.
It was kind of like that.
It was kind of like that, yeah. So my mom needed some furniture for one of their spare bedrooms in the house, and she knows that I have to. I wanted to buy a couch for 6 years now because I fucking hate mine with all my heart and soul, if I have one. And like, she picked up the phone and she was like, "Okay, do you want me to send your dad after work today? Just so with the car, so he can drive us, and I'm gonna come, and all three of us are gonna go." And I'm like, "Mom," and this is happening on Wednesday. And I'm like, "Mom, I'm so fucking tired. So fucking tired. I'm sorry, I cannot do this today." And she was like, "Okay, tomorrow then." And I was like, "Okay, today." Let's do it today. So we hopped on the car. We went to one furniture store. I liked a couple of things, but like we insisted on checking everything out. And then we went to a second store, and I just fell in love with this amazing ass couch. It is so nice. It's so comfy. You have no idea. And now I have to wait for a fucking 45 days for it to arrive. And I was pretty pissed off that I didn't have this amazing couch today, because exactly like I told you right before our show, I spent the entire day on my couch watching wrestling for fucking 12 hours, man. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
Our pay-per-view. Okay, so in my opinion, the best AEW pay-per-view. But that might just be recency bias, I suppose. But like 6 hours, not counting the pre-show, because I did watch the pre-show yesterday before going to bed. And then we had Great American Bash, and then we had Saturday Night Main Event, which were okay, like I suppose. But like I was on that couch for 11 hours. Um, what a nice way to say goodbye to my fucking couch that I hate so much. It's probably giving my ass rabies. So, guys, hi. Thank you so much for joining us on our special edition of Coexisting on a Sunday. I feel like we haven't done the show on a Sunday in quite a while. Thank you.
I was just showing people the couch you got.
Yes. Every time I see a casting couch, I will imply for everyone to watch Mulholland Drive, please.
And I will tell them, never mind.
Okay, it's fine. So let me just get off my shtick, and we can start talking about these, orgasmic thing that happened yesterday. Guys, thank you for joining us. Please leave a like on the video. It is very, very weird for us to be on a Sunday. This is currently when Wrestling Made Me Cry is on. And since I'm going to be crying a lot, it's just so fitting. We all hope Kylie and Auntie had an amazing time during the show. So please leave a like on the video, like, share, and subscribe on social media. Please, if you like to support us with your wallets, we appreciate you a ton. You have no idea how much this means to us. You can send a super chat. It's the bottom of the YouTube live chat, the little $sign. If you're watching on any other platforms for whatever reason, you can send us a humper chat at humperchats.com. It makes us keep a little bit more of the proceeds. You can send a comment about basically everything, and we will be displaying it on the screen. This is pretty much the thing that 100% provides you with a display comment on our air. Sending us a super chat. Please subscribe to FightfulSelect. If this past weekend has shown you anything whatsoever, is that you should be subscribed to FightfulSelect. A lot of scoops. If you wish not to be spoiled, Sean always puts a spoiler warning on all the posts. A lot of debunking on crazy ass news, rundowns. You get sour grabs, you get ask grabs, you get Sean's Q&As, which are worth it so much. And of course you get the Weekender with our amazing friend, I almost said Jensen Ackles.
Yeah. He's watching the show, so
he's watching the show. Yes, hi, sweetie Dean. I'm so happy. Yes, with that being said, Rob and I will be bugging you guys to leave a like on the video, because it is the most free and awesome way in which you can support us. Again, it is so weird to be on Sunday. I will try to remember that I don't have to go to work during the morning tomorrow. I hope.
Sweet.
Yes, I hope. Because it is a Monday tomorrow and I'm working the night shift.
Monday.
So, Rob, you were on a New York trip. They honored your dad. This was the best thing ever.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. It was hot as Hades in New York. Hotter than, and I sent you a picture of my sunburn.
Yes.
That was a thing. And what's funny is you told me before I left to wear sunscreen. And did I listen like normal? No, of course not, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, so I got a pretty good little sunburn going on. But I'm feeling better. But yeah, New York was a great time. The New York Yankees game was awesome. My dad was the veteran of the game in the 7th inning. And yeah, it just went really well. It went really good. He got it on the field. After that was done, the Yankees gave him a game ball, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, it was just a fun time. Yankee Stadium was awesome. It's something that I'm able to cross off my bucket list, which is even cooler. And I hope to go back to New York very soon because I loved it. I really did. I had a great time. Times Square is huge. I did make the walk from Times Square to Madison Square Garden to see it, and that was cool. Just to see Madison Square Garden was worth it.
It's not
for
as
me.
big as you thought, right?
Yeah, that's what she said. But yeah, it was from the outside it did not, but
Yeah.
it was such a good time. I had a great time, great visit, and I got to meet Andrew Zarian and Rich from our Beyond the Bell show that will be returning in August. So it's it was fun. We hung out and talked for a good 2 or 3 hours, I'd say. So it was fun, and I can't wait to meet those guys again. I had a good time. But yeah, it was a great trip, and I'm ready to talk some wrestling because I didn't watch wrestling for a whole week until I got back.
Yes, so you got back. Did you watch all the wrestling or did you just bother with Raw and Dynamite?
No, I started with SmackDown. I watched Dynamite, SmackDown, and I watched highlights of Raw on YouTube.
Sure.
Which
Okay.
wasn't much of a highlight show. So yeah,
Yeah.
and then I watched all of All-In and Great American Bash. Unfortunately, Great American Bash and Saturday Night Main Event. So, and now tonight we'll watch Evolution, but we'll predict and give a preview of that here shortly. But let's start with AEW All-In that took place yesterday in Arlington, Texas at Globe Life Field, home of Maggie's Texas Rangers baseball team.
I know what that is.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it.
My favorite state also.
Yeah, you're a big Rusty Greer fan.
Yes, I'm
Juan
well aware of
Gonzalez
that.
and Dean Palmer and Ruben Sierra and Julio Franco. I'm going back on those. Yeah.
Whatever you said.
Yeah. And Kenny Rogers, the pitcher, not the singer. Anyways, I can talk baseball. Oh my God, Maggie. You don't know The Gambler?
What?
Maggie. We could have a show just on me teaching you Kenny Rogers songs.
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah. He also had a restaurant called Kenny Rogers Roasters. Cosmo Kramer loved it.
Kenny Rogers. American singer and songwriter. Okay. What?
He's no longer with us.
Okay, I can see that.
Okay. But anyways, while you're doing that, I'm going to...
Okay. Coward of the County, The Gambler.
Yeah.
Thought through the years. Okay.
Through the years, yeah. Yeah, that'll make... Through the Years is good. Islands in the Stream with Dolly Parton. I know you've heard that song.
Okay.
That's a panty dropper from what I understand. I don't know if that's true. Our friend Georgia could tell you. But anyways, let's talk AEW All-In. Like I said, took place at Globe Life Field yesterday. What a long show, but a good show.
It was so good.
And Maggie said she was emotional. She cried a lot.
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that.
No.
But yeah. We start with 0 Hour. You had the Sons of Texas and the Von Erichs taking on Shane Taylor Promotions. Sons of Texas and Von Erichs got the win. Maggie, what did you think of this match?
It was fine.
Okay. That's really pretty much all you can say. Then you have the conglomeration and your guy Big Boom AJ taking on the Don Callis family. I really thought the Don Callis family would get the win here. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't get the win, but nope. Big Boom AJ got the
No, they
the
brought
victory.
the boom,
Yeah, unfortunately, somebody brought the boom.
and so who, I can't remember who. Big Boom AJ is the guy, right? And who's
Yeah,
what's his son's name?
Big Justice.
Okay, so who pushed Big Justice? I cannot, for the life of me,
That
remember.
was your guy Trent Beretta.
Okay, so it was Trent Beretta. So I love Trent.
Yeah, Trent's
So
awesome.
he
Big fan of his
pushed
mom, Sue.
Big Justice.
Yep.
So you know what the funny thing here was, because I'm watching the pre-show while it was live. Okay, it was for free on YouTube, and so are you sure it was Trent?
Yeah, it was. It was Trent.
Okay. So Trent goes, hops off the apron, and then goes to confront Big Justice and the Rizzler. And the moment they realize that the camera is on them, the Rizzler goes. It's as if this is a superpower that will make Trent go away, because it'll absolutely work on me, and I will go as far away from you as I can. Usually, but I get it because he also thinks that. And mind you, this is happening while there was a kid in the audience, man, that was so fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, can Trent go and beat up that kid?
Yeah, that kid was annoying.
Yeah, everyone heard it. Everyone. I swear I've never heard a child. But if I, so Trent pushed Big Justice, and Big Boom AJ was like, no, my son. And yes, Big Justice was taller than Rocky Romero. I saw that. So as Big Big Justice, the Big Boom AJ goes to his son. He's like, what? And Big Justice is all like, we all saw it. You don't need to point at it. First of all, and second of all, weren't you spearing people like the last time you were on pay-per-view?
Yep.
Why are you like such a?
Why are you such a bitch?
Bitch.
Yeah.
Such a pussy you are. And yeah, so this was the thing about the match. Normal stuff on the pre-show.
Yeah, for sure. And then you had the third match, which I can't believe this. I mean, nothing wrong with being on a pre-show, but you have FTR taking on the Outrunners in a really good match, in my opinion. The FTR boys got the victory here. Yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary. I think the funniest. Go ahead.
Yeah, finish.
Well, I was just gonna say there was a funny part like after the match where I think it was Cash was talking to a fan about their tattoo, and he said you should be embarrassed, and the fan actually says, I know, like I am, or something like that. It was really good.
But what was the tattoo?
They didn't show it.
They didn't show. Okay.
Yeah.
Because like Nigel on commentary said that the Outrunners gear looked like a pack of cigarettes because they look like exactly like Newports.
Yeah, Newports.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly like that. And I was like, as if I needed to love Nigel McGuinness more, as if bless their hearts, FTR, because they bumped like crazy for the Outrunners. I hate this. They should have squashed them, but like that's fine. Bless their hearts. Yes, absolutely. We will be talking about FTR again.
Yep. Yeah, so that was All-In 0 hour that took place before this main card. So now we move on to the main card. They started with
longer than Saturday Night Main Event.
Yes, by about 4 times. You had the AEW World Trios Championship starting things off. You have the Death Riders challenging the Ops. Maggie, what do you think of Shibata, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Samoa Joe retaining their titles?
Um, I pretty much guessed it. Uh, I I was a bit anxious to see a Samoa Joe opening up another All-In pay-per-view, and I'm like, sure, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, that's the same thing Sean tweeted out.
Really? Yeah. Well, yeah. So because we were both attending that show, so like that. Um, of course, what's the worst that can happen? Samoa Joe got hospitalized, in
Yeah,
kayfabe, of course. Um, it was pretty much what we expected. I did not think that the Death Riders could possibly get those trio championships because, like, they just lost them. They wouldn't retain them, win them back. The trio championships have been a bit of a blur as a whole, the tag team division in AEW, because the focus was on something entirely different. Hopefully now we can get some life back into the tag team division, both doubles and trios after this. But the match was absolutely fine. Um, not a not not the big banger to open up a pay-per-view as they usually have. I thought that they were gonna open up with one of the gauntlets just so they can put enough time between them. But yeah, or everyone was talking about the tag team, Swerve Osprey versus the Young Bucks. Everyone was pushing for that to open the show,
yeah,
and with reason.
yep. No, I understand. But yeah, it was a decent match, pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It as went as long as expected. I thought it had a good pace, and I think the right team won. And yeah, overall, I like every competitor in this match. So I think that was one of the things that why I enjoyed the match so much. But yeah, I think again, I think the match was good. After the match ended, we saw the Death Riders basically take Samoa Joe out. So I'm kind of curious to see what that means for Samoa Joe's future. So
For the
I assume
trios future.
yeah, yeah. So kind of curious about that, and we'll have to see what are your thoughts on Samoa Joe.
Um, I I thought that personally, I thought that this was a way for them to not get the main event look like a clusterfuck, because that's why they did the same thing to Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay didn't. He came out to do the thing and then he got out. So they did the same to Samoa Joe. That's basically it. They were instructed to destroy the biggest threat for the main events. That's what they were meant to do. I suppose. I have no idea what this means for the trios division again, because I was hoping that they would do something with the titles themselves. But I don't know. Now, if Samoa Joe is gonna be kayfabe out of the picture for longer than a week, then they're gonna have to make sense of this entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we move on to our next match on the card, which was the men's casino gauntlet match. You had MJF, Mark Briscoe. I'll just go over who was in this match. MJF, Mark Briscoe, Bandito, Takeshita, Josh Alexander, Anthony Bowens, Brody King, Mystico, Roderick Strong, Ricochet, Kota Ibushi, The Beast Mortos, Max Caster, and a returning Juice Robinson. Maggie, I enjoyed
Clean
this match.
clean shaven Juice Robinson. Yeah, this was the match that which I was preparing food and I was watching with one eye and listening with both ears. This was incredibly good. So the Guns also returned to fight off the Gates of Agony. Um, so there's another trio that came back, and a newly formed trio for Ricochet and the Gates of Agony, which we were all pushing for, by the way. It's incredible. And now we're returning Scorpio Sky with Top Flight. That is so good. So we're starting to see, the trios division get shaken up. So I don't know what this, again, if this has something to do with everything that happened in the match before. But I enjoyed the match. Of course, MJF. Mark Briscoe delivered a J Driller to Roderick Strong, so of course MJF stole the victory here. But this it's a gauntlet match, okay? What food I was preparing? Okay, so scrambled eggs, with a specific type of Bulgarian dairy that's really high on protein, because I need a lot of protein. So I was making eggs with protein dairy. I don't know how to call it, guys. It's really weird. And I had a salad from tomatoes and pesto.
Well, I'm surprised they even have eggs in Bulgaria. But anyways, that was for you, Ryan.
Oh, I can. Yeah, so because you said that, I can, tell everyone about the scorpion in my backstage area.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you like Scorpion. And we're not talking about the band either.
No. So, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go off topic for a while, but this is insane. So this happened on Saturday. So I'm at work and I'm like, I do not want to be at work. I want to go home, prepare for all the wrestling, then have a good night's sleep, and then wake up and watch all the wrestling. Why am I here? So my alcohol delivery comes and I, wipe out all the bottles in the cases and everything. So I go to put them in their specific place. So when the new ones come, we put them on the, well, I do, my boss doesn't. I put them at the bottom and put the old ones on top, just so they can get used in order of delivery. So because my building is extremely old, and every time it rains inside my building too. So there's a lot of trouble with the building. We do have to move in a year or so. So I go to rearrange the cases, and then when I lift the two of the cases just so I can put them on top of the new one, I sense there's something on my leg.
Ugh.
And I'm like, okay, don't panic. So I put the cases on and then just look down, and I see a scorpion on my leg. And I'm like, the voltage in which I screamed, you cannot imagine it. So I slapped it from my foot.
Ugh.
And immediately got a glass and trapped the scorpion under the glass. So I've seen a lot of scorpions. That was a thick one. That was a pretty big one, and I'm like, that's thick. Okay, that's a bigger scorpion that I've ever seen. Okay, don't panic, because you guys know that I hate spiders, right? So this looked like a spider initially, and I was ready to die. The moment this happened, my iWatch went crazy. Are you okay? Because my heart rate got all messed up. And so I rolled up a cigarette and then I went for a smoke, and I'm like, okay, I need to calm down. I have to do something. I wonder if is the glass moving? Is the scorpion moving the glass? And I'm like, okay, this is weird. And so my boss finally came, and I'm like, oh, I'm so happy to see you. Do you want a cup of coffee? Do you want me to give you water? And he was like, what's going on? And I'm like, so listen, in the backstage area, there's a glass on the floor with a scorpion trapped inside it. And he's like, yeah, and I say, so do something about it. Because I'm like, and he was like, oh, Maggie, like, we've seen scorpions before here. And I'm like, yeah, okay, go and look at it. So he goes in the backstage, and I hear an audible, it's a big one.
I hope he was talking about the scorpion.
Yeah, he was talking about the scorpion. So the reason why I started telling you the story was because of Ryan. I know Ryan's not watching currently, but at some point he will. Because like I'm talking to Chris Mueller, our wonderful, wonderful friend, and I'm telling him about the situation, and he's like, "I didn't know you even had scorpions in Bulgaria," and I'm like, "Ryan, is that you? What are you doing with Chris's number? What is this?" Yes, the moment Scorpio Sky returns to AEW, there's a scorpion in my backstage area. Yes, everyone send us your money because I need therapy. That was really, really scary. So, yes, MJF stole the victory here. I feel like we all saw this coming. I don't know who did you have winning this gauntlet?
MJF.
MJF, yeah. I was kind of sad not seeing Wardlow here.
Yeah, and Fightful reported that Wardlow was backstage.
He was
yesterday.
backstage. We didn't see Keith Lee.
Yeah. I tried making a call to Wardlow. He didn't answer, and Rob Lowe didn't get back to me in time for the show. So, oh well. But yeah, I think the right guy won, MJF, and I like that because we've seen MJF and Adam Page on screen the past couple weeks, kind of setting things up. So I enjoyed that a little bit. I'm excited to see where this goes. When will MJF cash in? Will it be at Wrestle Dream? Will it be at? I don't see it being Forbidden Door. I think maybe we could see it at Full Gear. Who knows when he could cash in? But yeah, there's that.
It was because I think I saw Sean asking Tony Khan on the presser how the contracts will be executed this year, and if they're going to be a cash-in or a previously stated match and everything, both gauntlet winners. And I don't know, the TK said that he wanted to sit down and talk with the winners just so they can figure stuff out. But yeah, we still have no idea how they're going to be executed, but I'm anxious to see, having in mind the people who won them.
Yep. So yeah, I think the right guy won yesterday based on how we've seen things set up, and I think Adam Page and MJF will be a great feud. Duh, I know. Thank you, Captain Obvious, on that one. But I'm looking forward to seeing that eventually.
Yes.
We move on right now to our next topic here. Guys, today's Hooper effect is in place of what happened at this part of AEW All-In, and we're also going to add in somebody from WWE Saturday Night Main Event last night due to an incident that happened there. Adam Cole and Seth Rollins are going to be our Cooper effect, and the reasoning behind that, Maggie will explain. But I'll go ahead and start off first. The Adam Cole yesterday came out and cut a promo and basically said that that he did not want to think about retirement, but admitted that he will be out for a while. He thanked the crowd for their support, and he expressed his love for them. So he said he has. So we know there's something health-wise. FightfulSelect reported that it is believed to be concussion issues. Unfortunately, it was reported that sometime Saturday evening, or excuse me, Friday evening, Friday morning, let me restart again. Friday evening, early Saturday morning, he, along with Tony Khan, talked, and at some time it was figured out that they were not going to have this match, and things were changed. So Adam Cole, who by all accounts, and I've never heard anything negative about that man. He has been a
Never.
positive person in this business that we love so much, and the fact that he does not get to go out there and do what he loves to perform in front of people sucks, because he is somebody that is almost universally loved. Universally, like he's somebody that we love to watch, and the fact that he can't do what he loves to do, and people won't be able to see their guy sucks. And we got to see how much he hurt yesterday, and that's always hard to see. So our thoughts are with Adam Cole, and we can't wait to see him return. We hope he returns, obviously, but we also want whatever's best for him, because that's what matters the most. And then the second part, like I said, about the Cooper effect is Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins injured his knee last night. He needed help getting backstage during his match against LA Knight from Saturday night's main event. Sean Rossap of Fightful Select reported that LA Knight was originally supposed to lose, but there was a change of plans, and they called it an audible, and LA Knight got the victory. Seth Rollins will likely, this has not been confirmed by any means, but let's just go with what we pretty much can know the case is going to be, is Seth Rollins will likely be out for quite a while. We hope everything's all right with him, and by all means, I hope he heals up quickly, and he's back, like the way being a force on camera like he always is. And it sucks because I know how much he is needed on TV. He is a big focus. For WWE. So a big part of their programming for Raw. So they're going to be probably struggling, but the biggest thing is, again, that part doesn't matter. We want the best for him. We hope he heals up. We hope that we see him again soon, and we want nothing but the best for him again. So to Adam Cole, Seth Rollins, we hope you guys get better, and we can't wait to see you back in the ring. Maggie, I'll let you talk now.
Yeah, so I learned yesterday that Adam Cole wasn't clear to compete. I had no idea what was going on, sadly. And then I went to bed and I put on the show this morning to watch. And then um because I was made aware that Fatal Four Way was made for the vacant TN, for the vacant TNT title, Daniel Garcia versus Dustin Rhodes versus Kyle Fletcher versus Sammy Guevara. But before that, Adam Cole came out, and I'm like, well, sure, he's gonna give back the title probably and everything. But then he got on the microphone, and I saw that something was happening, and because I had no idea how serious this issue was at all. So I understood that it was a concussion, and concussions are nothing to be taken slightly, like whatsoever. Like this is an incredibly serious thing. And then he said that he didn't know if this was goodbye or not. He had no idea, and I'm like, oh crap, shut up. And then I started crying because he was crying, and every time I hear, I look at someone crying when they're not supposed to, on the air, breaking character and everything. This always gets to me, man. always gets to me. And then because Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly were there, um, ringside, and then they hopped on the ring and then they hugged and everything. And this was incredibly emotional. And then you saw the caliber of emotions because a bunch of wrestlers from all companies started sharing pictures of Adam Cole.
Uh-huh.
Everyone. Um, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa got to me the most because I feel like when you think of the NXT Black and Gold era, you think of those three: Adam Cole, Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano. They're the three people that you think of, alongside with the rest of the Undisputed Era. So I felt like this huge rock was inside my throat for like the rest of the match, because I know that this is, show must go on and everything, but like this is incredibly real and incredibly sad, because if God forbid this means that we never get to experience Adam Cole again, I don't want to see that. And he will always have the thing that he main evented the biggest wrestling event in wrestling history ever. No one will ever take that away from him.
Yeah.
Incredibly bummed out for Adam Cole. My thoughts, prayers, Rob and I's thoughts and prayers are with Adam Cole, his family, wishing him a speedy recovery. Like I don't want Rob and I in fans of Coexisting to sound selfish and saying that please come back faster and everything. Um, of course, we will miss Adam Cole, but the most important thing is for him to be healthy, and that is the only thing I care about right now. For him to be healthy, everything comes secondary. As for Seth Rollins, this came out of nowhere, man, because I was watching the match. And when someone usually gets injured, the cameraman just doesn't show the guy, and they
Uh-huh.
show the other the competitor or the commentary team or someone from the audience. This didn't happen here.
Yeah.
The camera was glued to Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman and everything, and I was like, "Is this for real? Is Seth Rollins baiting him in?" Because that is exactly what I thought from the get-go. Because again, the camera did not move from Seth Rollins. And I'm like, this is a setup. And then the weird ending happened. And I'm like, okay, this is not a setup. This is weird. And then I got worried. And then I went on the internet and saw that his injury was legitimate, that he got help back, and he was incredibly bummed out and he was angry. I actually read somewhere, like Sean didn't report this, or I didn't read it or anything. It was that Seth Rollins pushed for LA Knight to take the win.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
he wanted LA Knight to win, or not have it, end due to not being able to compete or everything. Seth Rollins pushed for LA Knight to win the match. Um, if you guys have been following us for a while, you know how much of a huge Seth girly I am. I adore Seth Rollins, and not unlike Liv Morgan, this messes up a lot of the stuff on Monday Night Raw. Because while I was watching Great American Bash and I was watching Ricky Stark versus Ethan Page, I was like, okay, so the loser gets called up to Raw and probably is going to be one of the people to be included in the Seth Riders thing. That's what I was thinking. And then Ricky Starks lost. And I'm like, Ricky Starks is a wonderful fit for the Seth Riders. And now Seth's not there. And from what I haven't read much about the thing, but from what I understand is a pretty serious thing. And I don't know what they do with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know what happens to the Seth Rollins, but stuff needs to happen. And I'm bummed out because it's Seth Rollins and he's my favorite. And again, the problems with Seth Rollins and his knees, man, every time he lands on his feet, I kind of flinch for because I feel my kneecaps hurting every time he lands on his knees. And this time happened for real. I'm again bummed out. Um I hope he heals up soon. I hope he takes care of himself. And I just want to see what they end up doing with those storylines and everything that they build towards. Um yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what happens to Punk now. I don't know what happens with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, but like they'll be fine with Paul Heyman, I hope. But they need to do some rearranging, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
the Cooper effects for today.
Yeah. Don't like the Cooper effects being on wrestlers for this reason, but we figured that was the best way to do it because we wanted them to get their flowers. So we move on.
So Dustin Rhodes, by the way, won the TNT Championship, which was
yes, he did. Yeah,
a surprise for me. By the way,
yeah, Dustin Rhodes won the TNT Championship in a 4-way match. He defeated his tag team partner, the Sons of Texas, Sammy Guevara, Daniel Garcia, and Kyle Fletcher. He pinned Kyle Fletcher via pinfall with an inside cradle to get the victory. That, like I said, like Maggie said, like myself, very, very surprising, but very deserving. And I like that he got it. It was very cool to see him get that win in Texas and at such a venue that size with so many people watching. That meant a lot to people. I know. And I know how much it meant to Dustin, and he deserves it. And I know, and I think everybody else knows this title won't be around him long at all, maybe a week or two before he gets challenged by likely Kyle Fletcher. And Fletcher, I think, will win. I think this is just a way to say, hey, let's just do this temporarily because everybody and their mother knows that we're going to put that title on you. So let's just surprise people and change it up for a week or two. And I think that's what happened. I think that was the right call because you created a moment for Dustin Rhodes and he deserves that. So kudos to AEW for putting that title on Dustin Rhodes, even if it's just temporarily. I really thought that was very cool of them. And congratulations to Dustin Rhodes for winning that championship yesterday.
And this was his third match in less than 24 hours, just to make things clear. I feel like this is a wonderful way for them to thank Dustin Rhodes for everything that he's done. He also signed a new contract not long ago.
Yeah, 6-year contract. It was reported.
Yeah, so this is a nice way to say thank you, and everything. And he's been pretty vocal about loving AEW and loving where he's at right now.
Yeah.
So a nice way to do that. Again, totally unexpected. And this isn't because like when I saw Sammy and Dustin being a part of this match, and I'm like, okay, so it's definitely not going to be Dustin or Sammy because they've had matches previously and everything, and then they just pull the trigger, and I'm like, okay, that's totally unexpected.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We move on to our next match, the tag team match that we were very excited to see. The Young Bucks taking on Swerve Strickland and Bill Ospreay. If the if Swerve Strickland or Will Ospreay and Swerve, easy for me to say, if Swerve and Will lost this match, they would not be able to challenge for the World Championship for 1 year. It was not said that if they won, that the EVP titles would go to them, but in the match, that was part of the stipulation, was if they won, the Young Bucks would lose their EVP titles. However, this morning it was shown on the AEW roster page that both Swerve and Will had EVP over their names. So kind of curious to see
seriously?
That. Yeah, they did this morning. I haven't looked to see if that's the case. So I don't know if yep, they did this morning. So I'm going to check the roster.
They said that they were going to bring back the power where it belonged, with the people. That's what they said. Yeah. I thought, liars.
Yeah, those bastards. Let's see if they still got them up here. They removed them.
Oh,
Will
yes,
Ospreay
thank you.
Yep. Will Ospreay doesn't have it, and Swerve doesn't have it anymore. So that's good. I didn't know. I thought that was kind of weird for them to put that on there, and they never mentioned that being in the stipulation. I was like, well, when they have mentioned that, like that's what I would have thought. But yeah, the biggest thing is about this match, it was a hell of a tag team match. Who would have thought with those 4 guys that you'd get a hell of a tag team match? But the big story out of this was that the Young Bucks are no longer EVPs, and we get to see Adam Cole and Swerve Strickland continue to possibly challenge for the world title if they deserve those opportunities.
Will Ospreay.
What'd I say?
You said Adam Cole.
Oh, I'm sorry. Will Ospreay and
we're so sad, man.
Yeah,
we're just so sad right now.
Yeah, Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. So yeah, they get to still challenge for the titles now for the foreseeable future if they get the opportunity. Maggie, I said a while ago that I think the way to go with Will Ospreay is to let him win the title next year at All-In when they are in England. Assuming they return to England, which I think they will. I think that's the way you go with him. But what do you think of this match? And on a Slobber Knocker Central rating, what would you give it? Because I thought it was a hell of a match.
It's 6 panties, Rob. This was 6
panties.
Oh,
6 panties. The 6 panties dropped. Okay.
Wow. So the entrances, Young Bucks had. I'm gonna miss those. I'm gonna miss those funny Founding Fathers entrances. That was. I mean, how can you stand there and boo these people? Seriously, that's so entertaining. Adam, I almost said Adam Cole too. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna be doing this for a while because I'm so bummed out. So Will Ospreay coming out with the ninjas with Assassin's Creed stuff was again. I am not a gamer. I have no idea what's going on. So that I suppose that was cool. I have no idea. Yes, and then JoJo sang Swerve Strickland to the ring, and there were fireflies behind JoJo.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with who we're referring to, JoJo, it's JoJo Offerman, the widow of the late great Bray Wyatt. She was at one time in the WWE as a ring announcer, but she did leave the company in, I want to say, around the time of COVID is when she left.
I have zero memory of this. I know she left, but I have no idea when. But this was a really, really nice touch. The fireflies behind her, I got choked up for a bit.
It was really cool. Very cool of Swerve. Sorry, very cool of Swerve to do that too. Swerve,
absolutely, man.
Bray Wyatt meant a lot to Swerve. Swerve wore.
Swerve was wearing, a Bray Wyatt gear. Was it All-In? The first All-In?
I believe so. I believe. I don't know if it was the first All-In, but I think it was. I don't know. It was. Oh, well, you know what I got to do. Hold on one second.
This is a Bryn alert. Bryn alert.
So we will find out shortly.
Yes, please tell us in what pay-per-view Swerve Strickland was wearing the Fiend tights. Which one was it? Because I'm kind of thinking the first All In when House of Black did that entire tribute to Bray Wyatt too, because it was like days after,
Yeah, yeah.
legitimately days after that.
And she did point out that she was a fill-in announcer on Collision earlier this year, which is true.
Yes, which
So
is absolutely true. Yes. Um, yeah. So incredibly cool thing from Full Gear 2023.
thank you. And just in case people are listening, Bryn, uh, uh, Bryn it's like our statistician.
A
If we don't
nerd
know it,
like us.
she goes and finds it for us because we don't know everything as much as we
No,
want.
no, Rob and I know nothing. Like we have the
Yeah.
memory of a chicken. So
We're
yeah,
like, it's like finding Nemo, more like finding Nemo. We're like Dory.
yeah. So
So,
hopefully whenever Bryn's around,
thank you,
we
Bryn.
rely on her. So like next week is gonna be fine, but like the week after that, when we're on Thursday and she won't be here, we're in for some trouble. So
Yeah.
like yes, the match itself, because it kind of got started with a double styles clash. And I'm gonna get emotional when I see a double styles clash because it's Swerve Strickland doing a styles clash. It was so good. Um, we saw a Stormbringer. Um, of course, okay. So you see, Rick Knox is the referee, and you already know that shit is about to be all over the place because it's Rick Knox.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest with you, I had no idea who was legal 95% of the time.
Rick Knox doesn't know who's legal 90%. No,
Yeah.
I'd say 98% of the time. So you're okay there.
The same thing happened with the trios match for the tag titles later. I had no clue who was the legal man. And I'm like, you basically can end the match right now with two random ass people, and I would say okay.
Yep. Yep.
So I had no idea. Yeah, so we saw a TK driver outside for Strickland. We saw Osprey
This is
accidentally hitting the hitting blade to Swerve, and I thought that this was gonna be the beginning of the end. Because I actually thought that the Young Bucks were winning this match.
yeah.
I had the Young Bucks winning because it made for a lot more sense booking wise, because it got an opportunity to it gave them an opportunity to keep Swerve and Will Ospreay away from Hangman for an entire year. And having in mind that All In is in August next year, Ospreay is going to be absolutely free to challenge for the title at Wembley in the main event. This is all presumably because nothing has ever been made official yet, because it's more than a year away. I thought that this was going to mean that they were going to have a sort of a mini feud, and then they realized that they need to tag with one another and then bring life back into the tag team division with them as a tag team, and then they finally go back to whatever they do in the singles division. But this was all in my head, but what ended up happening was not that. um so so they put Will Ospreay on the ropes, and this was funny because they didn't trap Will Ospreay in the ropes or anything. They just put him on the ropes, and then they
Yeah.
start super kicking him, and I'm like, okay, so you could have trapped him in the ropes. This is kind of stupid.
Mhm.
So and Swerve Strickland barely got up and started taking the kicks for Will Ospreay, exactly like Will Ospreay took the bullet for Swerve Strickland like weeks ago. Yeah, so it ended up with a house call plus a hidden blade to Matt for the win, and so Matt and Nick are no longer EVPs.
Yep.
Yes, and
I hope like I with them not being EVPs, I really would like this. This is I'm usually not for one like with Tony Khan being on camera, but I would like to see Tony Khan like just punish
rub
the
it in
hell
their
out of them.
nose.
Yeah, just giving them all kinds of like just crap, like just
Janitor work.
well, no, I mean just like matches against like I don't know, like just like handicap matches or just like gauntlet matches where they have to start off first against like Gates of Agony and then Lance Archer and stuff like that. Just like big guys, just where they get their ass just handed to them, stuff like that. That's what I'd like to see, but we'll see how it goes.
What and this is probably one of the only times where I call for a WWE booking. Do you remember the bum ass Corbin gimmick?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I want to see. I want to see
Madcap Moss, so I'll take it.
So I want to see the Bucks trying to sell one of their houses just so they can afford a limousine. So, like, this is the stupidest shit. And or they can take a page out of South Park, spare change. Like, they can have so much fun with this. But like, I'm gonna need them for them to be, wearing white shirts on buttoned up incorrectly with mustard stains on them. That's
and
with,
you know what?
with messed up hair.
Hey, and even though they don't have to sign them for like a week and let Baron Corbin have like a cameo with them, like say I've been where you guys have been, something stupid like that.
Have you tried going to Las Vegas?
Just something stupid would be great.
Something incredibly stupid. I don't want them to instantly disappear. This is not what I want. Just don't disappear. And I'm ready for those vignettes because they have to make them funny. I can't wait.
Oh God. Yeah, Brent says there should be a video of them trying to pawn the founding father outfits.
Yeah, because you can tell that they're expensive looking because that looks like velour.
Yeah.
And they wore them during the entirety of the Anarchy in the Arena match, which they took zero ovation for, by the way.
Yeah.
An entire match wearing those outfits. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, we move on to the women's Casino Gauntlet match that featured Chris Statlander.
I love that. I love this match.
Awesome. Yeah, it was a good one. But we move on to the Gauntlet match for the women, which featured Chris Statlander, Megan Bain, Willow Nightingale, Ty Mello, Tekla, Julia Hart, Queen Aminata, Mina Shirakawa, Athena, Thunder Rosa, Alex Windsor, who made her debut, and I don't know how to pronounce her name. Is it Sayuri? Sorry. Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I couldn't remember. And she made her debut as well. So we got to see a really fun match, good match. That was pretty entertaining. With, and we saw. Whoops, sorry. And this match was good. I liked how we saw Athena. That reaction she got, my God.
Man, chills.
The audio wasn't great for this show, like on TV, but
it wasn't what I saw.
Yeah, Sean posted it on. Sean posted like the live version on YouTube and his Twitter account, but that was one of the very ones that I knew from just watching it on TV that she had a hell of a reaction. So that was good, and I'm glad she won. I'm very glad she won. And that actually, when she won, that kind of, I thought Mercedes was going to win when that happened, because but we'll get into that. But I honestly thought Mercedes was going to win because I thought that was where they were going with this.
Exactly.
So, but we saw Athena win, and a fun match, a good match with great talent. We saw a returning Harley Cameron, which that made me happy. And overall, just a fun match, good match. And I think the right person won. And we got 2 debuts out of it too.
Absolutely. We saw Mina in this match, and she won the Ring of Honor Women's TV title, right? Right? On Friday. Yes,
Yeah.
she won the interim because Red Velvet is out with an injury. Yes, the crowd, of course, the crowd popped for Mina, but like I said, I love this match. I love the fact that they gave it time. It was proper. Alex Windsor is gonna be incredible in AEW. I cannot wait for all of her matches um, with fresh new talent. I saw her last year at Rev Pro. She was amazing. Uh, but the moment Athena won, and I'm like, oh crap, Mercedes Moné is winning the championship. I pretty much was bummed out. Of course, I was so happy that Athena won because I kind of feel like that was exactly the right decision. And then I was like, oh man, no. I don't think that's the right decision there with Tony and Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, nothing's set in stone, so let's just wait for the match. But this was a wonderful women's gauntlet. I haven't read on any of the reviews for the match or anything, but for me, this was an amazing showing.
Yeah. Yep. I enjoyed it.
The next match that we got was the triple threat for the tag team titles: the Hurt Syndicate versus Jet Speed versus the Patriarchy, and of course, FTR were on commentary for this match. What did you think of the match, the result, and everything that happened afterwards?
Well, I think the right team won. It was a decent match. The most notable thing that we saw was after the match, we saw we saw Nick Wayne basically say he had enough with Christian Cage and turned heel on his father and
His mother and Kip Sabian too.
Yep. Basically they beat the hell out of Christian, and then we got a returning Cope. My only thing that I did not like about this, which I found, and this, I know this is just petty, I hate the fact that Cope just did his normal entrance and ran over to the side. That's not how it should happen. He should go like all the way down to the ring if he's going to go out there at all. I thought it was ridiculous. That's my biggest issue with this stupid thing.
No, he's following into the footsteps of Jeff Hardy and Penta. They have to do their shtick. And
I know. That's my problem. I hate it. I hate it when those guys do it. I think it's dumb as hell, but it is what it is. I'm glad. The one thing I'll say that redeemed it was that they didn't just do the normal hug, like get them up and do the hug. That's what redeemed it. He threw Spike down and said, "Go find yourself." And I think that was the right way to do it. So they're obviously, in my opinion, setting up either I believe they're probably setting up probably a triple threat match at All-In, or at least a tag match against FTR at All-In. All Out. I apologize. All Out is what I think they're setting up for, because it looks obvious with All Out taking place in Toronto. That's where you got to do it.
Absolutely. And yes, I do believe that I know it's nitpicking when it comes to, Copeland, taking his sweet time, but it made sense because he was just going there to hurt FTR. He wasn't really saving Christian Cage. He was just going there for FTR. And then when he got on the microphone, this was a throwback to one of their last conversations when he said, "Go fuck yourself." He said, "Go find yourself." So I suppose that Christian Cage will probably have to, redeem himself or anything resembling finding himself in order for
Yeah,
him.
they could have some hilarious. They could have some
can.
hilarious segments with this if they want to.
They
They could do
can.
they could do shit
So,
with like
so what
Christian
do we
or with
do when
Jungle
someone?
Boy.
Yeah, they can have ridiculously funny stuff where Copeland can carry him into a therapy's office, and the
Yeah.
therapist is like, "Okay, so what do we do when?" And he says something, and Christian Cage goes like something horrible, and this can be really, really funny if they want
Yeah.
it to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I even I know we won't. I don't know where the hell he is. He might be missing, but like Jack Perry, they could do things like that where he apologizes to Jack Perry, Luchasaurus, all kinds of things they could do. I mean, there's so many options.
Absolutely. This could be
So
absolutely wonderful. Yes, but yeah, we all know that this is something that there will be planning for AEW All Out. I don't need to see the patriarchy being featured here. I much rather be FTR, but I understand. Uh, he's making knives, by the way. Jack
who?
Perry's make
Oh yeah.
Jack Perry's he's handmade making knives
Okay. Well, at least he's
for
doing something because
whatever reason.
he sure as hell isn't on TV. We know that much.
Yes, he's not. Yes, but this was a wonderful, wonderful segment, and the match was pretty good. Nick Wayne, man, he's so good for his age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good for his age.
Let's move on to the AEW Women's Championship. Timeless Tony Storm with Luther defending her title against Mercedes Moné. Tony Storm got the victory here, which surprised me and a lot of other people's.
Did not
people.
surprise me whatsoever. I was rooting for Tony, and I would bet on Tony winning.
Yeah. We saw Tony win with the Avalanche Pile Driver. I liked this match a lot, and I do think the right person won. We both agree this was a good match. Is there anything that sticks out for you in this match, Maggie?
This was match of the night for me.
Okay.
This was my favorite match. I cried because it's Toni Storm, and when she got out, she had a bunch of red drapes on her Titantron, and you know me and David Lynch, I started crying because I saw the red drapes, and I'm like, okay. Amazing match. So we saw the floor power bomb from the apron. We saw Mercedes Moné kicking out from a hip attack plus a Storm Zero. Toni Storm bit Mercedes Moné's private parts.
Yeah.
It's like every time I see a Toni Storm match, and I'm like, okay, now I've seen everything, and then I see the next match, and it's that, and she also kicked out of the money maker. Then she gave her 3 Storm Zeros in a row, and then she kicked out of those, and that's where I got really pissed off.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we all know that she doesn't really have creative control, okay? She doesn't have creative control. This is a big stupid thing. So how come she's kicking out of 3 Storm Zeros? I know she doesn't have creative control. Why is this happening? I was so pissed off. And I was like, oh my God, she's winning. Because she kicked out of 3 Storm Zeros, 3 in a row. And I'm like, that's 3 pile drivers. You shouldn't be kicking out of one, let alone 3. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit pissed off.
Yeah. Did you see what Tony Storm said in the press scrum?
Oh, that her panties were creamed?
Yeah, but she said something else too.
Yeah,
She goes, this is her exact quote: Mercedes Moné, thank you for making me a better wrestler and a better woman, and for keeping your lips clean, all 4 of them. Oh hell! She also said, "Yeah, she said you taste divine when we meet again, as I know we will. I might not be so kind." Tony Storm's amazing
woman. She needs to be protected at all costs.
And if you haven't seen it, Sean got to interview her on Friday. I want to say, I think it was Friday.
Broke so much,
and Sean broke her. Sean was able to get her to laugh on camera by talking about the 12-time Oscar-winning film "Freddy Got Fingered." So there you go. You check it out. There is a short of it on our YouTube channel, or the main Fightful channel. So check it out. Again, it's in reference to the 12-time Oscar award-winning film, "Freddy Got Fingered."
It hasn't won any Oscars, really, right?
Hey, you stop that right now.
I don't even know what the film's about, and I already hate it. So
we move on to our next match.
Please, guys, like the video. Please leave a thumbs up and send us your super chats and thoughts on your thoughts on all the wrestling.
Yeah, we move on to our next match. Okada taking on Kenneth by God Omega. This was a unified title match for the ages. We got to see both these great men challenge each other for the right for the international and continental championship. The winner would then be the unified champion. We saw Okada defeat Omega after hitting him with the Rainmaker. This was, I believe, and even though she's not here anymore, she did leave. I believe this was the first time that Kenny Omega and Okada have met in a singles match on U.S. soil, but I am going to look that up just to make sure. But Maggie, I know you probably cried during this match. What do you think?
I did cry during this match. Again, Kenny's entrance every pay-per-view is something that you need to be watching on HD, Ultra HD TV with the lights off and everything. It's a joy to watch. This match was really good. I was glued to the seat because up until the end, I had no idea who was winning. I'll tell you what, it made an awful lot of sense Okada was winning because that championship needs to be defended. And honestly, I wish I weren't saying that, but I don't see Kenny being that full-time wrestler that he used to be defending titles. I really don't. Because of everything that he went to in the last couple of years, injury-wise. So, during the match that Okada was going to target his core area a lot, something did bug the crap out of me during this match. And from the very beginning of the build towards this match, I knew this was going to be a problem for me when the match eventually came. And this was Don Callis. I'm fucking used to seeing Don Callis doing all of Kenny Omega's matches in the last couple of years. I've gotten used to the guy, but like now that we were seeing Kenny Omega versus Okada again, and this had nothing to do with Don Callis, and I was like, good, we're gonna see a old-fashioned thing that I'm looking forward to. And then Okada got behind Don Callis, and everything with that group happened. And I was really pissed off because I didn't want Don Callis to be a part of this match. Seriously, I didn't want this. And this was a bit of a buzzkill for me. A bit of a buzzkill. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that the match wasn't fucking awesome. I'm not. The match was really great. I enjoyed it. I was bummed out that Kenny didn't win, but it was incredibly logical for Okada to win. My heart, a part of my heart just died when Kenny lost. Just a tiny part of my heart because it just meant that I don't feel like we're ever gonna get that Kenny back. I kind of feel like he's gonna be limited to one absolutely fucking great match per year, and he already had that with Gabe Kidd.
Yeah,
he had
I
that
understand.
with Takeshi too.
Yep. So yeah, I loved this match. I thought it was great. But yeah, like I agree with you 100%. As much as I love Okada, I really thought Omega would win. I wanted Omega to win. And oh well, as long as we still get Kenny Omega in matches, I'll take it. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Sorry, was there anything?
I don't know if we ever get that match one more time. I don't know if we ever get that. But I feel like we all knew that this match was never gonna be better than any of the 4 ones that we saw previously.
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone was under the impression that this was gonna be the best one, because I kind of feel like their second match was the best one. All of their matches are swooshed together for me. I'm so sorry. But was it the G1?
Oh,
like it was the G1.
The Cork and Hall was the one from 2018, I want to say.
I do not remember years, man. I'm so sorry. Like I don't was it?
I'm gonna look for you.
Was it a Dominion?
Yeah, Dominion. Yep.
Yes, thank you. That one. That one. That is the match. Yeah, so it's I don't know if everything if any of their matches ever gonna be this one. No, probably. But again, an awesome match. Just again, a part of me died.
Yeah, it was Dominion.
Yeah,
it was 2 out of 3 falls. Dominion.
Yeah, that one. 2 out of 3 falls match.
I think that was a 7-star match. It would have been an 8-star match in the Tokyo Dome, though.
Yeah, but
okay, I just had to get that in there.
Yes, but then we got to see the main event, and everything changed, man. I cried.
Yep. Adam Hangman Page took on Jonathan Moxley for the AEW World Championship in a Texas Death match.
I would for everyone to go to Rob's Twitter and see the video he made.
Yeah.
I retweeted it also if you guys want to see it. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that someone thought of that.
It's the just to give people a heads up of what it is. It's the Adam. It's when Adam Hangman Page wins, but it's also queued up for Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On." So I timed it up. So there you go.
Perfectly.
If you do check it out, please retweet it because I want it to. I want more people to see it because my algorithm with Twitter sucks right now. So.
I know. It's absolutely awful, man. But I would like to take the opportunity to praise the crap out of Moxley for that selling during the hanging. I mean, that dude looked like he thought that he was gonna die. And I like John Moxley as a wrestler. I know he a lot of people that hate on AEW usually their main problem is John Moxley because they don't feel like John Moxley is a legitimate, threat / wrestler or anything. I get what they're saying because like from time to time he looks kind of ridiculous. But I love John Moxley. I'm not necessarily on board with whatever that was. And I sure as hell think that it could have been executed way better, with the Death Riders and everything. But my hat goes off for John Moxley and that selling the last 10 seconds of this match. He was fighting for his very life. This was incredible. Incredible.
Yeah.
And during so I can talk about what happened in the very beginning of the match. So they got out forks from their pockets. So Hangman dropped Moxley, and from the very first time that he stabbed him in the head, he started bleeding, and then he didn't stop. And I was like, stop, you got him. You can stop. Just stop it. And then he didn't stop, and then he was stabbed. And I'm like, what? Quit it. He's already dead. Stop it. He was, yes, by the way, because that was from the very get-go. Thank you, Pile Driver Finisher, for reminding me. We got Hangman's old theme back, and I started crying like an infant because I was so vocal the last couple of months when we all started to know that Hangman was about to be the one to dethrone Moxley, and I'm like, bring back his old theme. I like his new theme. It's okay, but his old theme, that is the shit. That is the theme that he won the championship with. That's the theme that he won the tag team champions with. That's the theme with the with the Dark Order and everything. So that's his theme. That's his OG theme. And I remember at Elimination Chamber when Sammy came out to his old theme in Canada. That was those levels of excitement, and I was jumping and I was crying from the very start of the match. So Maureen Shafir got Death Valley Driver on a table set outside by Hangman. So she called him a pussy. I don't know what she expected.
Yeah.
So that was absolutely great. We saw a chair power bomb to Moxley. Of course, Death Riders came out. Ospreay came out to even the odds, but they did the exact same thing that they did to Samoa Joe on Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay was carried away by paramedics, so he was already out. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Gabe Kidd came out, of course. So the beginning of the end, Moxley asks Claudio to give him the bag.
What's in the bag? I know it's supposed to be what's in the box, but yeah.
That's fine. So Claudio gets out the bag. And then Moxley was like preparing to kill Hangman. And then we got a video on the Titantron by Darby Allin being on Everest, by the way. So imagine TK, hey, Darby, I know that you're going to be too busy surviving and not being dead. Can you do can you shoot a little video while being on top of the world? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
So they showed Darby Allin on Everest, and he was like, oh, I'm coming for you. And I'm like, okay, my fucking shit, man. And then the camera went to the ring, and then we saw a masked figure about to Busaiko ni Yuta out of his face. Of course, it was Brian Danielson. Everyone knew it was Brian Danielson.
The Blue Panther.
Yes, yes, he was wearing a lucha mask. And then he started fighting the Death Riders. And then up from the, what do you call it? They're not the rafters, but like they're from the
Yeah, kind of
construction.
like
Yeah,
the
above the ring construction. So, how long was Darby Allin there?
I'm gonna say probably since he got back from
From
Mount Everest. No, I don't know how long he was up there, but it was quite a
How
while.
long was he there? Was he just hanging around during the entire pay-per-view? Seriously. That was, and he was like, oh man, and because I thought that he was gonna be from the rafters, because it makes sense. But no, he got slid down like a fucking Spider-Man. And apparently he was there from the very beginning of the show. That's 10 hours ago.
Yeah.
That's a wild thing. So Darby Allin comes back, and then he does the coffin drop to everyone. The Young Bucks also come out. So we saw 2 buckshot lariats plus a table deadeye outside. And Marina Shafir helps Moxley get to his feet. That's when the Young Bucks come out and deliver EVP trigger. And then the Death Riders bring out a nail bed.
Yeah.
A nail bed, and
you can sleep on those at a Motel 6, by the way.
Of course, yes. So Dean, I almost said Dean Ambrose, but like Moxley delivers a stomp to Hangman on the bed, and I'm like, that is an awesome shout to Seth Rollins before he even knew that he was,
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Probably he knew. I don't know. Did he know? I don't know what time this was happening.
No, he didn't know.
No, he didn't know. This was way before.
It was close. Yeah, it was about an hour and a half.
An hour before.
No, I don't know. But it wasn't. He wouldn't have known. I know that much.
Yeah, he's nowhere he would have known, because I don't think it happened.
Yeah.
Before that,
it definitely didn't.
Yeah, so it ended up being a wonderful shout to Seth Rollins. Granted, Moxley does do the stomp all the time. We know that. But now it's even sweeter because everything that's happened with Seth. So Moxley tells Marina Shafir to get the briefcase.
Yeah, I thought that was the case.
After it ended. Yeah, of course.
Even though they nearly ended at the same effing time.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I'm joking, but
that's what I'm thinking. So Marina goes to get the briefcase, but someone handcuffs her to the timekeeper's area. And of course, it's Nana. And then Swerve comes out with the chain that Hangman left in his locker room when he talked with him after Dynamite. They showed it on Collision, but it happened at Dynamite. And we all knew that something was going to happen with that chain eventually. So Swerve killed everyone with that chain. And he just slid it in the ring and gave it to Hangman. And that's when I started crying. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. And Hangman delivered the buckshot lariat on the nail bed to Moxley. And then he choked him over the ropes. And that's when he did that incredible sell. So Hangman won the match, and there I am crying. And then he gets the keys to the briefcase. He opens the briefcase, and the first thing I see are the Bryan Danielson plates
Brilliant touch.
on the belt, which means that they never touched the belt. You know, the Death Riders
Yeah.
never made any changes to that belt ever since
Yep.
Bryan Danielson lost that. Was it October?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
October. Yeah, I think it was October.
October last year.
'Cause
Brilliant.
it wasn't at Full Gear. I think it was at Wrestle Dream, wasn't it?
Wrestle Dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant touch. Brilliant touch. And then Hangman raised the championship, and I was just a bowl of, I don't know. I don't know what you call it, that, man, but I was so happy and sad at the same time because of everything else, and a bowl full of emotions from that. Swerve had no one in the ring. That's what puzzled me, that no one came back to hug Hangman. I
Yeah.
wish I could have hugged Hangman, but like no one came back. I mean, again, Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay are kayfabe dead, sure, but like, what about the other people? Are they still chasing the Death Rider somewhere?
You know what I was hoping for in this? I was actually hoping for Dark Order.
I was hoping for Dark Order too. Yeah.
But Maggie, you know the one thing that I said a couple weeks ago, and maybe it was a month ago, and it was so close, and he didn't do it, but I said, what if Swerve does the head nod?
Everyone was hoping for the head nod. Everyone was
God,
hoping.
I was.
But like at the end, they showed Swerve just looking at him with a smile. Um,
I don't know why this popped me, but it does.
just an amazing finish to a wonderful pay-per-view. Yes, Clown's right. He did smirk.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's okay. This could be, counted as not. A spectacular way to end a wonderful pay-per-view. For me, again, the best pay-per-view AEW have put on. And again, this might be a recency bias because Revolution every year is a wonderful pay-per-view. Every year, when it comes to Revolution, they have a ridiculously high bar. And I feel like Revolution this year was really good, apart from the screwy finish, that was weird.
Yeah.
But an amazing way to cap off everything. And I do feel like a new season for AEW starts this Wednesday. This is how I feel.
Yeah. But yeah, that was our very long AEW All-In review. We're going to do predictions for WWE's Evolution pay-per-view, and then we're going to do really quick WWE Saturday Night Main Event review. So last night we'll just go over it. I mean, might as well, right?
Yeah.
Last night we saw the show take place from Atlanta, Georgia. It was mainly headlined that it was going to be Billy Goldberg's last match. It was going to be his final match. And yeah.
The match was longer than it was initially supposed to be because of the Seth Rollins injury.
Yeah. But yeah, the show started out, like I said, in Atlanta, Georgia, State Farm Arena. Randy Orton with Jelly Roll by his side, taking on Drew McIntyre.
Great, by the way.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. And Logan Paul was by his side, was by Drew McIntyre's side. Randy Orton got the victory. After the match, he got taken out by Logan Paul. He was continued to get beat down by Logan Paul, but Jelly Roll had enough, got in the ring, and
he got Claymored for his troubles.
Yeah, got Claymore, and yeah, this is obviously, in my opinion, I think it's kind of obvious, but I could be wrong. It looks like they're setting up a tag team match for SummerSlam. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Is the way I think it's going to go, but there's that. Then we had a WWE United States title match with Solo Sikoa defending his title against Jimmy Uso.
Before that, it was made clear that Bianca Belair was going to be the special guest referee for tonight's show.
Forgot about that.
For whatever reason, Bianca Belair came out dressed as a popcorn fairy. She looked awesome, by the way. She looked great.
Oh, yeah.
She always looks great. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that she doesn't. But like, she came out all dressed up just to say hi and then go back.
Yep. Then we had LA Knight. Yep, LA Knight taking on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, as we talked about earlier, was injured in this match. He was scheduled to win this match, as Sean Rossett reported on Fightful Select, but they called an audible, and LA Knight got the victory. And Seth Rollins was helped to the back. Like we said earlier, we hope Seth recovers quickly. Wish him all the best. And the main event, WWE World Heavyweight title match, Gunther, thank God, defeated Goldberg, because I would have lost my mind if Goldberg would have won this show, would have won this title. I would have lost my shit.
His son looks great, by the way.
Yeah, his son has a WWE career if he wants one. The way
yeah, but like he said in the past that his main focus is football, and then
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
That's great.
Yep, but yeah. Anyways, Gunther won. Thank goodness. The show.
Take a breather. Calm down.
It was. This show, it was there. I think WWE is having some issues with storytelling lately. And I'm getting to the point now where Triple H has to do something, man. He's starting to struggle with me. But we'll see. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they can recover, but lately it's been pretty damn brutal. But anyways, we will move on to WWE Evolution preview and predictions. Let's do this. Like we said, like Maggie mentioned last night, Bianca Belair was announced as a special guest referee for the upcoming Naomi match against Jade Cargill taking place tonight in Atlanta. Maggie, who you got winning this? I think Naomi's going to get the victory here, but I want to hear what you got.
Did Jade win the previous match?
I believe so, but I'm going to double check just to make sure. Because why? My memory sucks ass.
Yes, because Bryn's not here anymore, so like no one can tell us.
Jade Cargill. No, Naomi won last time they faced each other, but that was in a triple threat match.
Okay.
In the singles match, the last time they faced was WrestleMania 41, and Jade Cargill won.
Yeah, Jade Cargill won. Okay, so because I feel, man, Naomi has that briefcase, man, and like they're doing this every time with every Money in the Bank case winner. They just have them lose all the time, and because like they have the briefcase and they can afford it to. So I don't know exactly, but
God bless you.
Oh, sorry. So I actually think that Jade wins here because I do think that Mercedes. Oh my, damn it, man! I do feel like Naomi will eventually cash in on her when she wins that championship.
Okay.
I do feel like this will happen. So they can give Jade the win here.
Yeah.
Or because Bianca's there,
Bianca.
everything can happen. So
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. We move on to our next. Oh, anyways, I have, like I said, I think Naomi wins, but
okay.
we move on to our next match here, and that is going to be the women's tag team match, a 4-way match featuring Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez taking on Kairi Sane and Asuka versus the wonderful Sol Ruka and Zarya versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss get this victory. What about you?
I actually agree with you here, but the stupid thing is that, listen, I love Kairi Sane and Asuka a lot. I adore these women. But they just got put in this match while the rest of them had to qualify.
Yeah.
It's just okay. And like they're not even a tag team.
Yeah,
like
I know.
Asuka came back to rescue Kairi Sane.
Yep. But at least those two have history, like of tag team.
Yes, they do have history. But like what it's why like I understand that Liv Morgan's injury had to they were forced to do, some immediate last minute booking. That's why I'm afraid to know what they're gonna do with the Seth Riders thing now that Seth is injured. I do feel, because Finn Balor is having the time of his life with everything that's happening in the Judgment Day right now, because the dude polished all the titles that they have. He polished them. And now it's going to be a real bummer if he just polished them and now they get to lose them. So I don't know what it means for that, because I've been having the time of my life with the Judgment Day. They have been the most interesting they've ever been for me right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that means for the Judgment Day. I was hoping that Sol Ruka and Zarya win those championships, because it would mean that they go to NXT. And I kind of feel like the women's division in NXT is portrayed way more than the main roster one. And I feel like they do deserve tag team championships.
Yeah.
Also, I wonder at what point does Zarya turn into the beast that she actually is, because she's kind of a nerd right now in that whole pairing that they have.
Nerd. Sorry.
She's
Gallows
a
filled in
dork,
there.
man. She's a dork right now, and like she does F5s and spears. A woman with at the caliber of Zarya being a dork is pissing me off. And
yeah,
I do feel like Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are winning. The odd couple.
Yeah,
They didn't even want to be a tag team, Robert.
Yeah. We move on to the Women's Intercontinental title match. Becky Lynch defending her title against Bayley and Valkyria. Yeah.
Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, I know. I do it every time. Anyways, I want Bayley to win, but I think Becky Lynch is going to retain here. What do you think?
Because I feel like Bayley and Lyra are going to cost each other the match. They're fighting one another, and then just Becky takes advantage of the situation and retains. probably. The match is going to be really good.
Yeah, I think it'll be good too. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out who's all going to be in this Evolution Battle Royal match, but I can't find much about it.
Oh no, they have a picture of all the women and everything.
Oh, do they? Kind of. Maybe I can find it here. We'll just go ahead and move on. We have Rhea Ripley and taking on Io Sky for the WWE Women's Championship title. Maggie, do you think Rhea Ripley reclaims the title tonight?
I actually feel like this is the match that Rhea Ripley finally gets to beat Io Sky.
Okay.
I do. And I found a picture. Do you want me to
I think I found it. Is it with Nikki Bella in the front?
Yeah, so Lola Vice, Mia
Okay.
Im, BFAB, Candice LeRae, Tatum Paxley, the security for Chelsea Green
found
herself. It's Easy Dame. Is this Natalia? And do you see the other ones? Because the quality is really, really bad.
Yeah, let me just pull it up here. See,
Kalani James is there also.
Kalani Jordan. Yep.
Kalani Jordan. I'm sorry. I was hoping for Kiana James to come back during this battle royal.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about Stephanie Vaquer actually winning this battle royal. I wouldn't be mad. Of course, I am not going to talk about AJ Lee coming back because it's a fucking random ass women's pay-per-view which they put zero thought in. And I do not think that AJ Lee returns to a travesty like that. I wouldn't. It all depends on the big sack of money, but I don't think that WWE care that much, or at all, for that matter. And if this ends up being the time that she comes back, it's gonna be really hilarious. That I wasn't, as hyped as I am. You okay?
Yeah, I was trying to see if I got the right picture here, but I don't.
It's fine. Yeah. So yeah, I do agree with almost everyone. I do see Stephanie Vaquer winning.
Vaquer. Yeah. Yeah. I just okay. Yeah, Lola Vice, Mia Yim, BFAB, Candice LeRae, Kalani Jordan, just a bunch of people. So Zelina Vega, Chelsea Green, Nia Jax, Natty. So quite a bit of people. Be an interesting battle royal. Who do you think wins it? Like you said, Stephanie Vaquer is.
Yeah, Jakara Jackson and Julia.
Yeah.
Ivy Nile. Yeah, that's.
I think Nikki. I think Nikki Bella wins.
Nikki Bella. Okay. No, I hope.
Well, that's who I think wins, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Clown says Saraya would be cool.
Saraya, previously Paige. I do see her come because she is a free agent now.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. If somebody said on Twitter the other day, and it made a good point, they said if WWE wants to steal the headlines for this weekend, they would need AJ Lee to do it.
They would need AJ Lee. They would need a big thing to close up the show. And for me, the big thing would be Naomi cashing in. Because there is a certain level of irony if Rhea Ripley finally is able, because we're talking about finally the main event. I'm sorry, guys, for being all over the place when it comes to pay-per-view like this. The main event is Rhea Ripley challenging Io Sky for the women's championship. I do feel like this is finally the match that Rhea Ripley is finally able to beat Io, but everything gets ruined by Naomi cashing in. I know that the story here is Naomi cashing in on Jade after she beats Tiffany Stratton for the championship. This is the story, and this needs to be the story. But I suppose that if WWE want to be, with headlines and everything, they do need to do something. But I personally would be insulted if AJ Lee returns to a pay-per-view they thought about for 3 days.
Yeah, but you would take it, wouldn't you?
Of course I'll take it. I'll
That's
cry
what I
with
thought.
it.
Yeah,
I'll sleep with it.
Okay.
And yeah.
But yeah, so
Of course
I
I'll
don't think
take
it.
it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think it'll happen. I don't
Yeah.
think it'll happen. For me, AJ Lee needs to return at on a big stage, not opposite. Oh no, Beyonce was last night, right?
I think she's both. I don't know. Who knows?
Jesus. No.
If you want it, you got to put a ring on it. Oh, I know. Yeah, she's there again tonight.
Shit. Okay. No. No. No, AJ Lee. I'm sorry. This is probably the only time I've given up. I've given up, guys. I'm sorry. I
Nice.
cannot have full strength in me anymore.
So
for this.
do you think? So basically, you kind of already said it, but Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, you think that Naomi will cash in?
No. I think that when Jade beats Tiffany Stratton
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, gotcha.
and this is what, because this battle royal determines who faces the champion at Clash at
Paris.
at Paris. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Jade, because she won Queen of the Ring, will face a champion of her choosing, probably Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam, right? SummerSlam.
I believe so.
Yeah, okay, at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And I suppose this is where Naomi cashes in after Jade beats Tiffany, which I do not want to see. But
Yeah.
But yes,
Okay.
we do get Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratton. Trishy time.
Okay, so it sounds like we both have Tiffany winning.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
we move on to Jordan Grace challenging JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship title. Congratulations goes out to Jordan Grace, who's going to win the title in the town she lives in, Hotlanta, Georgia. I think we both agree on this one, but I want to just check and see if you agree with me on this one. Who do you got?
I don't.
What?
I don't agree with you.
Holy hell, that surprises me. I can't believe it. Wow.
Because okay, calm down.
Wow.
Because
No,
I don't.
I'm not.
I don't want Jordan Grace to be a short champion, a short-lived champion, just like JC Jane would be.
That's why I don't think I think she'll be a champion for a long time. But go ahead. Sorry.
But I actually think that Blake Monroe is going to beat JC Jane for the championship, and because a point has to be made, because last night at Great American Bash, Blake Monroe pinned JC Jane.
Uh-huh.
Why isn't this match a triple threat today?
Yeah, I agree with you.
A point needs to be made. And I think that if, for whatever reason, Jordan Grace wins the championship, she will be dropping it to Blake Monroe after Blake Monroe turns heel on her. But this would mean that on 2 consecutive occasions, the women's championship changes hands quickly. And we have 2 transitional champions. And I don't know if that's okay. Plus, I don't know how she goes through the entire fatal influence thingy. I have no idea.
That just made me laugh. Fatal influence thingy.
Yeah. So again, I think she gets screwed over. I don't know. I don't want to see Jordan Grace in NXT anymore. Personally, I don't think that that's where she belongs at all, because that segment she got on this week's NXT where she got a makeover with Blake Monroe. This was so stupid. I'm like, Blake Monroe is calling her. Let me guess. You're wearing black gym equipment and you're working out in a gym. And I'm like, yes, she is working out in a gym. And she looks like she just got out of a beauty salon. Why are you making her go to a beauty salon again? She looked exactly the same when she got out of the beauty salon. She looked the same. What is happening? And I am so sick of NXT and their segments of the odd couple pairing and shit. Just stop it, man. And it's always with women. I was so entertained when AEW did it with MJF and Adam Cole because it was men for the first time and not women. And like, I don't know. Yeah, I do feel like JC Jen retains and drops the title to Monroe. I don't know. This is just weird booking. I don't know if they have any idea, any clue what's happening there. Because what the hell is happening? I don't know.
I get it.
And NXT is pissing me off every week.
All right. So that is going to be the end of our show. Maggie, Raw takes place tomorrow night in Birmingham, Alabama. And then on Wednesday, July 16th, AEW begins their residency in Chicago, where they'll be there for three Dynamites and 4 collisions, I believe. Or no, 3 collisions.
Oh, no.
So, yep. So Chicago. And then they go to Cleveland August 6th. But Maggie, plug your shit.
Guys, thank you for being with us during these exhausting 2 hours. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter or X or whatever at Maggie_IK, on Instagram at Maggie.IK, and if you're still doing the Blue Sky thing at Maggie-IK. Thank you so much. Please watch the prediction shows with me and the True Heel Heat boys over at the True Heel Heat channel. We had a blast. Next Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we are back on our usual spot with Rob. Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then next week we'll be on a Thursday again. I'm so sorry, guys. But next week, regular time. Rob?
Yeah. Guys, you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on X. I'm also on Instagram at Rob Wilkins. On Instagram, I'm Fightful Rob, and on Threads, I'm at Fightful Rob. I forgot that. There was one last thing I wanted to show before we ended. Somebody posted this on Twitter. Time to cut his Bret Hart. Time to cut his farewell, referring to Goldberg. Time to cut his farewell short, just like he did to my career.
Yes, it was cut off.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, want to say thank you for tuning in. we hope you have a great rest of your weekend, which is going to be ending
Enjoy
pretty soon.
Evolution.
Yeah, enjoy Evolution if you watch it. But peace out, everyone. Tonight there is an Evolution post show with Kate and Cresta, and then we start our regular schedule back tomorrow with Sean hosting the post show. Check out the Weekender podcast from Steven Jensen on Fightful Select. And there you go. See you guys later. Thank you. Peace out, homies. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. You can check out all our previous episodes on your favorite podcast platforms or youtube.com/FightfulOverbooked.